Against the manor where tyranny is lord, riches more. Together we go, forward with Ivanhoe, with Ivanhoe.
I don't like this a bit. Meeting an unknown man at midnight by the Druid Oak in Blackheath Glade, and then to accept all his instructions without question. It's the maddest mission we've ever undertaken.
Mad or not, I'm going to follow the instructions to the letter. The man who asked me to come here was so close a friend of King Richard's, I couldn't refuse. The message came from the Earl of Pembroke, Marshal of Ireland.
The more important it is, the less I like it.
Sir Ivanhoe of Rotherwood, throw down your sword. Tell your squire to stand aside.
Stay where you are, Gert.
For myself, Brian Boy O'Neill, emissary of Roderick, King of Connaught.
Well, your King Roderick of Connaught pays homage to Prince John.
Aye, hates him, and he hates him for the same reason he pays homage.
Well, you speak in riddles, Brian Boy O'Neill.
Prince John holds Roderick's daughter hostage. For 5 long years, Princess Deirdre has been a prisoner in the hands of Lord Blackheath.
The dungeons of Blackheath Hall?
Prince John is too subtle for that. As long as King Roderick pays homage, Princess Deirdre lives as befits a royal hostage, under guard day and night, until tonight.
Oh, what happens tonight?
Tonight, a greedy steward was persuaded to leave open the postern gate. And if all went well, Princess Deirdre should now be on her way to meet us here.
And then?
And then you will escort us secretly to a boat waiting in Pembroke to carry us back to Ireland.
Yes, so when Blackheath finds she's gone, he'll have the whole countryside swarming with his bullies.
Aye, you can be sure of that. And a good fight or two along the way. I'd have escorted the princess myself, but the countryside is unfamiliar to me.
Oh, dear, I don't like this. When women enter, common sense departs, even princesses.
But with a warrior like Roderick free to give trouble in Ireland, Prince John will have less time to conspire against Richard.
Someone coming.
Ah, it must be the Princess Deirdre. The poor little lass must be trembling like a startled doe, coming across the moors alone in the night. Princess Deirdre!
Poor little lass. Frightened doe. Stealing across the moors all alone.
Is this your idea of escaping silently from an enemy castle? Riding forth with pack horse and grooms?
You don't expect me to cross half the country without a change of wardrobe. I had to pay these clots a generous bribe to help me. Pay them, Brian.
Your Highness, I fear you'll have no use for a wardrobe on the path we'll be traveling.
Is this the night Pembroke sent us?
Blackheath bullies.
You must have been followed.
Possibly they made a commotion getting my chests down at the postern gate.
Well, you'll leave the chest right now. Sir Ivanhoe, take her and run. I'll give them fair frolic till you're away.
I will not stir from here unless my pack horse goes with me.
Gert, there's no time to argue. Fetch your pack horse.
Sir Ivanhoe, if I'm detained here, make for the Harp of Tara at the sign of the Albatross in Pembroke.
Good luck, Brian.
Come on. Defend yourselves, villain. A good life is a short one. Don't hold back. Brian Boy O'Neill likes to do it a time.
him away. At dawn, we hunt our Irish hen. There'll be rich rewards if we catch her. If we don't, it'll be the dungeons for every man jack of us.
Lord Blackheath is raised to you and cry, Sir Ivanhoe. They're searching the woods for miles around.
You got the clothes?
Aye. A sturdy cloak for you and girth. And I think these should fit the lass well enough. My eldest lad is just about her length.
Thank you. Give this to your son with my gratitude.
We take no reward for serving the cause of King Richard.
Your Highness. Princess Deirdre.
Raise your voice. I'm trying to sleep.
When my lad behaves like that, I chuck a pail of cold water over him.
It's not a bad suggestion. Oh, Garth, fetch a pail of cold water from the spring.
How dare you?
Good morning, Your Highness. I must say you sleep pretty soundly for a princess.
I'm an Irish princess.
Oh.
We're a proud and healthy race. None of your pale, delicate violets.
Well, that's just as well, because you'll need all your health to escape from Blackheath and his henchmen.
Well, if you will instruct your fellow, what's his name, Girth, to repack my chests, I'll be ready.
Well, that won't be necessary, Your Highness. We're leaving your chests here.
I will not journey to Ireland without a change of wardrobe. The dress is already wrinkled.
Well, I've thought of that. Here's your change of wardrobe. Your cloak, your tunic, your cap, and your hose.
I do not appreciate your humor, Sir Ivanhoe.
With Blackheath and his men beating the woods in pursuit of us, in that gown you'd be recognized a league away.
And you, a knight, telling me to don the clothes of a peasant boy.
Yeah, so that you can sit a saddle and ride like a boy.
I would sooner go back to Blackheath. At least they gave me the respect due to a princess of the royal blood.
Yes, in order to keep your father in Prince John's power, and so stop him from rousing Ireland in Richard's support.
If you represent Richard, and Blackheath represents John, I think my father would be better off with John.
Blackheath scouts are just entering the woods.
We'd better move. Your Highness.
Garth, help her Royal Highness to her feet.
Woodsman.
Your Highness.
Your rope.
Oh, that's a mighty weapon for a princess.
Well, the next time a princess tells me that she's pale, delicate, violet, I shall believe her. Garth, bring the rest of the princess's wardrobe.
There's no doubt about it. This is one of the beasts she stole from my stable. This is her gown. And those are the chests with the barbaric Irish crest.
Who are the two people with her? Were they knights or serfs? Men or women?
No one. Saw no one.
You're wasting your time, Sergeant. He may be telling the truth anyway. Let him go.
Begone, you.
Two of these tracks are deeper and heavier than the rest. The horses may have been ridden by knights in armor. We've got the tracks to follow now. We will soon know.
Ah, good morning.
Good morning.
I'll give you a hand.
Thank you. Morning, Sir Ivanhoe.
Good morning.
I've a message from Giles the woodcutter.
Oh, what of it?
They caught him and beat him, but a serf's used to that. He held his tongue until they gave up. Then, quick as a tail of a milk cow swatting flies, he sent his lad a galloping to spread the word if anyone saw you.
What word?
He wanted you to know that Lord Blackheath's found the tracks of your horses, and he's following your trail.
Thanks for the timely warning.
Take these for your journey, Sir Ivanhoe. Bread and cheese and goat milk. Best I could do at short notice. There's all the milk you can drink.
Well, it's a royal feast. Once again, many thanks.
I'd rather go without.
Suit yourself.
I know it's not very elegant, my lady, but it'll serve to keep up the ribs when the belly's empty. Just leave the milk pail under the hedgerow. I'll come back and get it for late milking.
Oh, Garth, you better eat these while you stand watch.
And now, since this concerns me more than anyone else, would you mind telling me what it all means?
Oh, you heard the last.
I did, and I want to know why we're waiting here. If Blackheath has discovered our tracks, it is but a matter of time till he finds us.
If Blackheath were a woodsman, you'd have cause for alarm. As it is, I'd recommend a bit of bread and cheese. Can't walk on an empty stomach.
Walk? Did you say walk?
I did. Blackheath's following the tracks of our horses. We shall allow him to do so while we continue on foot.
Indeed.
Now, if you want to arrive in Ireland in a gown befitting a royal princess, I'd make that change of wardrobe.
How can I change with a rope binding me to you?
You can retire beyond the hedge, there's enough rope.
Maybe you're right.
You needn't try to untie the rope. You won't get very far on foot while we still have horses. You know, my respect for Lord Blackheath has grown since knowing you. How he held you hostage for 5 years is beyond comprehension.
Oh, come now, Princess, please. You know, if we had any sense, we'd use this on her, but we haven't got the time. Blackheath and his lads are coming over the hill.
Well, set the horses free quickly, Garth.
Here.
Oh,
Don't let Blackheath a merry chase. Come on, Your Highness.
They passed here only a few moments ago. The dust has hardly had time to settle.
Listen, my lord.
We've flushed our quarry. To horse, Sergeant!
We've been given chase to riderless horses, my lord.
So, our little Irish hen has turned out to be a fox. But foxes can outsmart themselves, Sergeant. They're on foot now. Get the dogs.
Yes, my lord.
We'll hunt this fox the proper way. With hounds.
Now, quiet.
They don't seem to be coming any closer. The river must have put them off the scent.
Aye, they'll find it difficult to cross. They got to get across to this bank to pick the scent up again.
Well, that'll give us a few hours rest anyway.
Time enough for me to scout around and find some horses. Now, let's think. Candlewood Tavern shouldn't be far from here. Well, the landlord used to be a friend of mine. He should learn the 3 horses.
Well, if there's a tavern nearby and we've got a few hours, couldn't we find a room with a fire and some food?
I wish we could, but it's not safe. The tavern's on the highway. Blackheath and his men are bound to pass there.
Well, couldn't we build a fire at least? I'm soaked to the skin. I'm chilled to the marrow.
I'm sorry, Princess. We can't even risk doing that. Fire will be seen instantly. Garth? I leave the Princess Deirdre in your charge.
Oh, but Sir Ivanhoe, that's not fair. What company would a poor squire be for a royal princess? Oh, no. Look, let me go for the horses. I know how to manage them.
Princess is damp and hungry. Besides, her pride has wilted a little. Don't worry, Garth. You should be a match for her. Just keep a tight hold on the rope. Well, with luck, I should be back within the hour.
Why must you stare at me all the time? It's not humiliating enough for me to be weak and tied like a helpless dog without having you looking at me all the time.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
If you had any human feelings at all, you'd put your arms around me and keep me warm. As much as you do for a wet dog.
You're a princess? I wouldn't dare.
But I'm human, too. Oh, my God.
Oh, no, please, no, don't cry, Your Highness, please. I can't stand women's tears. No, please. Well, look, there now. Put your... Oh, you're uncomfortable. Look, let's take it off then. There we are. Now rest your head on Gert's shoulders. That's right. And try and have a sleep until Sir Ivanhoe gets back.
When Sir Ivanhoe gets back, I'll be gone.
Why?
Now.
Oh, Your Highness.
How would you like this round you for a change? Huh? Round the tree? Once round the tree. There, is that tight enough? Now, when Sir Ivanhoe gets back with his horses, you can tell him I've gone to the tavern. Good night to you. I shall require your best chamber, landlord. And I shall want a fire and a soft bed and a hot meal immediately.
I have no room.
Stand aside, fellow. First, I'll have some mulled cider and a thick broth by the fire to thaw my marrow.
Your Highness, Princess Deirdre, allow me.
Lord Blackheath.
Landlord, a hot drink for the princess. Her royal blood is cold.
Thank you, Lord Blackheath, but I'm quite able to look...
My cloak, Your Highness.
Thank you, Lord Blackheath.
Where's the princess? What happened? Where's the princess?
She began to cry. I told you what would happen. When women come in, common sense departs.
So is the princess, apparently.
She told me to tell you she'd be at the tavern.
The tavern? When she went there, she walked straight in the arms of Blackheath's men.
What?
Come on.
Why, Sir Ivanhoe and Squire Girth, are you looking for Lord Blackheath so you can join him in the chase?
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, we are, landlord. Lord Blackheath and I may have our differences, but when a prince enticed away by ruffians and exposed to the dangers of the forest, then our interests are the same, to return the princess to safety as soon as possible.
Well, you'll be relieved to hear his lordship single-handed has recaptured the Irish princess.
Oh, now that's a pity. I wanted the pleasure of getting my hands on her first.
Well, thank you, landlord. I think we'll just ride over and pay a visit to his lordship at Blackheath Hall. Come on.
What impudence is this, Lord Blackheath?
Your new quarters.
Princess Deirdre!
Brian, boy!
I must inform Your Highness that down here you do as you're told. Summon Mistress Keyes.
Mistress Keyes?
The prison mistress will arrange for your change of clothing.
I will not tolerate this. I am not a common prisoner. My father's a king.
Your father is king of a pack of Irish wolfhounds. And that doesn't prevent me from jailing his cub.
All right. Come along, lovely.
Take your filthy hands over your devil!
I like a girl with a bit of vinegar. Gives me a bit of sport. Now, are you going to change your things peaceably? Or do we go at it again?
Ivanhoe of Rotherwood, Squire-in-law.
This is most gracious of you, my lord.
No knight in need of shelter has ever turned from Blackheath.
Your hospitality is well known. We're doubly grateful, because you receive us knowing full well that we may ask awkward questions.
I don't understand, Sir Ivanhoe.
Oh, come now, my lord. Is it not true that you hold the Princess Deirdre as hostage in the name of Prince John?
Your impudence is astonishing, Sir Knight.
I thought it was an open secret. Until today, at least.
Go on.
Well, it's not so widely known that the Princess Deirdre has escaped and been taken back to Ireland by a certain Brian Boy O'Neill.
You're well informed, Sir Ivanhoe. But I fail to see why the princess should interest you now.
Well, because I suspect that you will be stripped of your lands and your title when Prince John learns the facts. You could be a useful man in Richard's cause.
You really are a likable man, Sir Ivanhoe. So you think if I can be brought back to loyal allegiance at this late hour? Bless you. I'm quite touched. But it's not for me.
Then it seems I've wasted my time. We won't impose upon your hospitality any further. My lord?
Yeah?
The sergeant and his lads returning from the tavern.
Well, my lord, we remained at the tavern until the landlord closed up. There was no sign of the other two.
Strange.
Not a soul entered the tavern, well, excepting Sir Ivanhoe and his squire. They came looking for you, sir.
Sir Ivanhoe and his squire came to the tavern.
But he left as soon as they found you'd captured the lass.
Steward! Steward, tell the sentries to stop Sir Ivanhoe and his squire at the gate.
Sir Ivanhoe, I thought he was here with you, sir. He hasn't approached the gate.
What? Sergeant, get your men. Follow me to the dungeon.
This way, men!
Any trouble here? Has anyone tried to enter the dungeons?
Not a soul, my lord.
Search the corridors. Search every dungeon cell. Sir Ivanhoe and his squire are hiding somewhere in this castle.
That castle glock. All's well with this lad. Her Royal Highness is all right.
Let's see if you can fight your enemies as well as you fight your friends.
Oh, my lord, take a look at this fella.
You've got them? Stop them! Stop them! We've been betrayed! Summon the captain of the guard! Raise the alarm! Mistress Keys!
Coming, my lord. Now, you stoutings, where are you?
Seek and guard! Lock me in, quick! Quickly!
Well, it was a fair frolic, all things taken into account. And now I can journey home to Ireland and sweep the beautiful Emerald Isle clear of Prince John's friends.
Maybe it would be a better idea to let Princess Deirdre among them. They'd come back with such tales to Prince John, he'd regret he ever heard of Ireland.
Sir Ivanhoe, do you think the woodcutter's lad would be objecting if I take these things along with me? You see, even a princess needs a change of wardrobe.
The woodcutter's lad would be honored. I'm sure, Your Highness.
Ivanhoe, Ivanhoe, Bart and Girth, he'll fight till he is won. Ivanhoe, Ivanhoe, he's a friend who will defend the people know. He'll strike with speed of lightning, bold and brave and gay. In justice he is fighting to win a better day. Shout and cheer, adventure is here.